Hi there, and welcome to Penn Central 99's channel. I'm Terry, and I'll be your host for this monthly update. It's January 2017, so let's go ahead and get started. Hey, I know I haven't uploaded a video in a while, but that doesn't mean I haven't been around. I've still been watching videos and I've still been reading and learning. I just took a little break from uploading some videos, changing some techniques and some styles, and moving on to other things as far as model railroading and modeling in general. So I just kind of been sit back and watching, seeing what other people are doing, and figured now that it's the first of the year, would upload a video and let you know what's been going on. Well, let's go ahead and start things off by showing you some equipment that I've purchased in order to do some modeling. This is a TCP Global Model Master airbrush. The airbrush kit that I bought is pretty cool. I like it a lot. I did a lot of research and a lot of checking before I bought another airbrush. This is my third one that I have. The first one was a single action. Ended up breaking a few years ago and going into garbage. But this new one here that I got is from TCP Global. It's a gravity feed. Pretty nice. This is just a lid for the gravity feed cup. I just leave it sit in there. What comes with the kit, and I think it was a pretty decent value for, I think I spent 30 bucks for it or whatever. But we have, this is the air hose attachment here. I just don't use it because I use a different type of setup on my, my air hose. You can see it's got the brush. These needles, it comes with a 0.3 needle, but you can also change the needle tips, which I think it gives it a variety. There's a 0.2 millimeter and a 0.5 millimeter, so you can vary from very, very thin lines to thick lines depending on what you're looking for. Of course, there's a wrench in here for taking the needle off and cleaning it, and then there's a syringe for mixing up your paints, but I don't use that anyway. So I'm pretty pleased with this purchase here as far as an airbrush, which is probably another reason why I haven't been uploading videos, is I spent a lot of time trying to learn and practice this new equipment that I bought and learn methods with it. You just don't break this stuff out of the box and go to town with it. It takes some practice. You got to learn your equipment, you got to learn your abilities, and determine how to use it, especially since I went from a siphon or suction feed Harbor Freight airbrush to this TCP Global Model Master airbrush with the gravity feed. One of the first things I had to do was turn down the pressure off of the compressor in order for it to work correctly. So it was a learning phase with that, but I'm pretty impressed with it, and I've been airbrushing some stuff, so I like it, and we're going to start to crack into modeling again here pretty soon. One of the other purchases, and I had been looking for this and looking forward to it for a while because it's going to help me model and weather some of my rail cars. This is what they call an air eraser. Basically what you do is you put some baking soda in this chamber here, and it kind of like blasts the paint and weathering away to give it that faded look on your rail car. This air eraser is pretty nice too. Like I say, I purchased that for weathering and giving it the faded beat up look. This is a pretty interesting thing. There's a couple of videos out on the internet about how to use this thing. It comes with, and what do they call this here? Aluminum oxide. Okay, basically it's like a sandblaster, but the videos and stuff that I've been watching says you can use baking soda and get the same effect. So I'm going to have to break this out, play with it one of these days, but I look forward to using this and creating some weathering patterns and techniques with basically an air blaster, sandblaster, air eraser. This blank spot here is where the hose was. I just don't have it in the box because I'm using the hose out in the garage to paint with it, so it's interchangeable. So I'm pretty excited about this new tool, and I'm just going to have to learn and use it. And hopefully once the weather starts to shape up a little bit and we get out of winter, I should be able to go outside and do it, because I don't think I'm going to do this in the house, especially with the baking soda. One of the other things that I did is back in August I went to the Railroad Prototype Modelers Meet in St. Louis, Missouri. I heard that it is one of the best RPMs around, and plus a lot of the people that I associate with on websites and forums when it comes to model railroading attend the RPM meet in St. Louis, so I thought I would take a trip back there and see what was going on. get an opportunity to meet some of the best people in the business when it comes to modeling and weathering. And while I was there, I was very fortunate to win a drawing. This is a Scale Trains rivet counter tank car that I won in a drawing. I'm pretty fortunate. I'm pretty impressed with this Scale Trains model. Like I say, I was very fortunate that I won this in the raffle at the drawing while I was at the RPM. But once I got it home and had a better chance to look at it, when they say this is a rivet counter, even though I don't really, count rivets, boy, they've got a lot of good detail on here. You can see the handrails, the railing, the roller bearing trucks. I don't know if you can see in here, but they have the MU hoses or the air hoses that are attached, shelf couplers, all kinds of really nice details. There's the placard for the hazardous materials, the safety striping, the detailing, I don't know if you can see it underneath here, but the undercarriage detailing as far as the air lines and the brake lines and the mechanisms and stuff. But I'm pretty impressed with it. I know there's other people that have uploaded videos on the internet and done some, I don't want to say critiques, because critiques can be such a bad word, but they offered some insight to Scale Trains, and they got some pretty good stuff to say. They have several different varieties of sets or models. The rivet counter is the most detailed, and they also have a basic model kit on boxcars where you can purchase for maybe 11 or 12 bucks and put them together and have some pretty decent rolling stock. So as far as this Scale Trains rivet counter series, I'm pretty impressed with it, and I like the detail. I think it's going to look pretty good on my layout rolling around. Okay, let's drag you outside for a minute. One of the other things I've done in the past couple of months is I built a diorama for taking pictures of weathered models or modeled weathering outside in the natural sunlight. Today is an overcast day, believe it or not. Here in Las Vegas, it's overcast today. It's been raining for the past couple of days, but basically what I did is I put a little diorama together, and you can see up here I've got two tracks. One's intended to be a siding, the other one's intended to be the main line, but gives me some options for taking pictures either of multiple cars together or single cars. You can see I've got a little bit of a drainage pipe here into a ditch or a runoff or some wash, like we have flash floods here in the Las Vegas area. This single vehicle bridge, and this is built to scale. That's a 10-foot wide bridge designed for one vehicle at a time only. I built it using some scrap wood and some square toothpicks, and my wife weathered it for me. There's probably 3 or 4 different colors of stains on that bridge there that she used to weather it. You can kind of see here it's just a little bit of a 2-foot by 3-foot wide diorama, like I say, just enough to get it outside and take some picture of some models after we get done painting and weathering and doing various things with them. So just thought I would give you a little bit of an insight for that. So watch out for some pictures using outside dioramas. I bought some MDF. You can see this little sheet here is basically just that, some scrap. I just happened to be at Home Depot one day and was looking at their scrap pile and saw that they had this, you can see here, this is 8 foot long. By 2 feet wide piece of MDF they had on their scrap pile. I think I paid $3.70 for this piece of scrap. Now, being 8 foot by 2 foot, that is plenty long enough for me, or there's plenty of material there for me to be able to use this as some fascia for on the layout. So once I get it cut down into strips, get it painted and put it up there, that should look pretty good. But like I say, for $3.70, and I can cut this into strips and use it as fascia on the layout, that's not a bad deal. Some of the other things that I plan on doing is I get a lot of questions regarding things that I use and techniques that I do in order to model and weather certain things. Now, as a disclaimer, I'm not an expert. Okay, the only place I'm an expert is in my house and in my garage. When it comes to your stuff in your house and your garage, you're the expert. But even though I do get a lot of questions and people inquiring as to how I do things, I'm going to be uploading some videos on how I do things. They're not necessarily how-to videos, but because people ask, how do I airbrush? What do I use to airbrush? The methods that I use to airbrush, the different types of paints. I'm going to be uploading those types of short videos, just giving you a little bit of an inside look as to the techniques and methods and materials that I use when I do modeling and weathering. But like I say, I am by far an expert. I'm always learning from other people, but I think as we share information, it's usually beneficial and helps out a lot of people. One of the other things I want to bring up is we're all modelers, and a lot of us model other things other than railroading. I know there's some people out there that do model cars and model trucks, particularly the 1/24th and 1/25th scale. I did that as a kid just like everybody else and got away from it. Recently, over the past year, have had the desire to get back into car modeling and truck modeling, particularly the 1/24th and 1/25th scale. So I've been building some models off screen just to practice with the airbrush, like I said, to get the feel for the airbrush. So what I did is I've started another channel that I'm dedicating strictly to truck and car modeling. I want to keep the model railroading separate from the model cars and model trucks, just because not everybody's in everything at the same time. So the second channel that I've started, I don't have any subscribers, I don't have any videos uploaded. I'm not really looking, nobody has to subscribe to me. You guys know my attitude when it comes to subscribers. You subscribe to me because you choose to. I don't go out asking for subscribers. I have subscribers because that's what you elected to do. My new channel doesn't have any videos, but I'm going to be uploading some builds. I've got a couple of model kits that I plan on putting together. Going to kind of, I don't want to say do a step-by-step, but there's going to be series and segments on building these types of models. So I'm really excited and looking forward to that. The channel is called Bandit Model Works. I'm going to put a link down in the description here so that you can click on and go check it out if you choose to. Like I say, I don't have any videos uploaded yet, but be on the lookout for Bandit Model Works. Well, that's pretty much it for this update. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. Even though it's a little bit late, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a happy belated New Year. I hope that this coming year is happy and prosperous for everybody. I hope everybody enjoys themselves, does a lot of things and learns a lot of stuff. And as always, thanks for watching.